Battlefield 1 is a one-of-a-kind game that has stood the test of time. It has been remarked as one of the, if not the best, Battlefield game to ever be released, and just hopping on the game yourself, it's not hard to see why. From its cinematic beauty to its incomparable action, this is why Battlefield 1 is the peak of first-person shooters. Battlefield 1, even after half a decade after its release, still manages to be one of the most cinematic video games to ever be produced. Every time you hop into a lobby, it just feels like you hopped into a movie and you're the main character. I've yet to find any other video game that's make me feel this way. Battlefield 1 has an immense amount of details that can make you feel immersed in the Great War setting. T-Big has a great series over some of these details if you want to know more, but some of the details in Battlefield 1 include the US flag having 48 stars like it had in real life at the time, adding mud onto weapons whenever you go prone in it, and adding rain sounds to brass rounds whenever it rains, which in a real game realistically would never be heard.
When it is raining, you can actually hear a unique sound effect that mimics the rain falling on the brass. It's actually crazy.
These very small signs of attention to detail from DICE add so much to the game that can make you feel like you're in the actual battle. Not only this, but in the game mode operations, you're told at the end of the match what the actual results of the battle were, which adds a large sense of immersion to the already immersive experience. When it comes to gameplay, Battlefield 1 yet again does everything right. Although the game is limited by its time period, it manages to have a large selection of weapons to select across its 4 classes, those being the Assault, Medic, Support, and Scout classes, which all will have to work together to win on the battlefield. Tanks are iron behemoths killing machines, but rushing into the front lines too soon with one will result in you being punished. Different types of planes can dominate the skies and rain hell down below, but pilots must be wary of a bigger fish in the skies. Battlefield 1 also introduced class pickups, which can give you special weapons which can help your team dominate on the battlefield. With all this said, why would I say Battlefield 1 is the peak of first-person shooters? I would say it's the peak of the first-person shooter genre because of its fun, immersive experience and its skillful and roof. Not many other games can make you feel as immersed as this game can, while also simultaneously having a blast sweeping down waves of enemies and hearing that sweet. There are always new tactics and guns to try out and new ways to play the game. The game also has a low skill floor, which allows newer players to have fun and dominate without much experience to the title, while simultaneously having a high skill roof, which allows you to dominate with abstract tactics and thinking ahead. Battlefield 1 is like no other game of its era. In my opinion, after its release, no other game even comes close to as much fun as I have with this game. I would highly recommend trying out this game if you haven't already. If you want more videos like this, let me know by leaving a like, and if we reach 10 likes, I'll make a video on the history of Battlefield 1 and why and how it manages to retain such a large player base even after half a decade after its release. Anyways, this is Swift Chuck, bye.